and to figure out how they're going to get around those differences. But so far we have lawmakers in the nation's capital that aren't interested in making peace. That all they want to do is to continue this pedantic stalemate and say, well, it's got to be my way or the highway. Well, that kind of thinking won't get you very far, as we have seen. That will stop a ship or a car faster than anything. That will certainly hinder progress. And along that same line, and are extreme partisan remarks. And I admit I largely point out remarks made by people on the right, because a lot of the remarks that I hear on the right are so absurd, and this is based upon my belief system, so take that with a grain of salt. But I saw this on Facebook yesterday. The strong arm of autocratic government has been directed to reach into every community with police tape, signs, and barricades, supported by armed federal agents and the Department of Justice, with orders to shut down and lock out Americans. This is not a government shutdown. This is a federal takeover of cemeteries, memorials, oceans, hunting grounds, fishing streams, roads, and highways that belong to all Americans. Families all across America are beginning to feel the pain with the initial intrusion of a facet of a federal police state. Blocking access to our sacred national heritage monuments, from the World War II Memorial, the Vietnam Wall Memorial, to the road to Mount Rushmore, are despicable, threatening acts of federal power employed against the American people. America belongs to the American people, not the executive branch of the federal government. The chief executive of the federal government, our president, is taking every unprincipled measure to inflict misery upon we the people. He has ordered a menacing red line of no compromise against his own citizens to consolidate political power. There may be a time when governors of all 50 states may be challenged to protect and defend the property and citizens of their respective states. Slipping from our grasp is land of the free, unless we are still home of the brave. That is a very partisan argument. And frankly, it bothers me that people think that we're living in a police state. You know, I haven't been out on very many highways in recent days, but the ones that I have been on, still normal traffic flow. I don't see the police out there any more than necessary. You know, I understand the hubbub of the World War II Memorial and the Vietnam Wall Memorial. But you know, it's going a little too far, this political bickering, and it's got to stop. For example, in the state of Arizona, Arizona State Representative Brenda Barton, Republican, has compared President Barack Obama to Adolf Hitler in a Facebook post, criticizing the rangers and the shuttered National Park Service for keeping the parks closed. First off, enough with the Adolf Hitler comments. Okay? I didn't do it to President Bush when he was in office, so I'd appreciate it if he didn't do it to President Obama. Millions of people sacrificed their lives, and many of them lost their lives fighting Adolf Hitler in the 1930s and 40s. Don't consecrate their memory to defend your political agendas. Okay? They are not one and the same. Although this congresswoman claims there are similarities. I'll get to that in a moment. She called on rogue constitutional sheriffs to arrest Park Service rangers for doing their jobs. Barton initially posted urging citizens to encourage their local sheriffs to consider revoking the arrest powers that they granted in the first place to federal agents operating within their county. Keep in mind, Barton voted last year for an unconstitutional bill which would require federal law enforcement officers to provide advance notice to Arizona sheriffs before taking action in their counties. But in a second posting, Barton minced no words, calling Obama "Der Führer" and urging local sheriffs to arrest park rangers to enforce rules keeping people out of national parks that are closed due to federal government shutdown. This is not the first time Barton has insulted the president. 2 months ago, remember the Missouri State Fair rodeo clown incident? a demonstration of what it would look like for Barack Obama to be run down by a bull? Well, she posted that she would like to see every rodeo clown in the nation wear Obama mask in solidarity with the guy who lost his job because Barry's hide is so thin. Well, as I recall, the president barely knew anything about this. He didn't say much about it at all on the national scale, as far as I could tell. This was largely a regional issue here in the Midwest. And I know I've had some arguments with friends about this and old classmates. But the president really didn't say much about it, as far as I know. As a matter of fact, I don't think he said anything publicly about that incident. And really, Barry Soetoro, come on. Well, Barton is a second-term legislator from Payson, Arizona. She boasts on her official page that she is a member of the right-wing American League Exchange Council, Heartland Institute, and of the Arizona Citizens Defense League. Well, she told the Arizona Capital Times on Monday that she stands by her Adolf Hitler analogy. Obama's dictating beyond his authority. It's not just the death camps Hitler started in the communities with national health care and gun control. You better read your history. Germany started with national health care and gun control before any of that other stuff happened, and Hitler was elected by a majority of the people. Well, I don't see concentration camps being built. It'd be a lot harder to hide that kind of stuff in today's world. And other countries have national health care policies in place too. And on another thing, President Obama hasn't overtaken healthcare. Healthcare is still largely run by private insurance companies. Okay? Has your healthcare changed between now and this time, say September 30th? Mine hasn't. I know it's only been 10 days, but come on, people. Let's wake up. Hitler was a sick man, a very sick man that made his way to a very powerful position. I don't see the comparison there with President Obama. But then, I'm wearing rose-colored glasses through all of this. Let's see here. I did read this on this morning's program, but I think I'll save it for tomorrow's, in that I will compare this shutdown with the previous shutdown. Okay? So I'm going to save that for tomorrow's program. But one final thing I want to leave you with on this monologue, and my friend Court Harper wrote this on Facebook this morning, and this is something that I think all Americans need to consider as we're in the midst of this shutdown. And it's in regards to fiscal responsibility. Okay? Put aside your politics for just a moment, your political affiliations. And this is something I think we all need to think about. And Cord and I have known each other for a very long time. And I've always looked up to him. Okay? Will raising the debt limits by another $1 trillion fix the problem? By the way, the new debt ceiling will only get us through another year. We have to stop borrowing money and begin paying down the debt. Unfortunately, this means serious budget cuts to get our deficit spending down to a balanced budget. It will have to involve social programs such as healthcare expenditures and the massive defense spending along with nearly everything else. Take a good hard look at this and set politics aside for a minute. Which individuals elected to be responsible leaders for our country are actually trying to address the real problem? Eventually, the people who are loaning us the money are going to realize that it's unsustainable and that the country will have no ability to repay the trillions of dollars in debt. That's the default we should all truly fear, because that means economic depression and chaos. And with that, I will step aside and for a moment to clear my throat and talk about things you need to know on the more lighthearted part of this program, on what's trending in just a moment. And let's see here. Did I remember if I downloaded AP Top Stories or not? Let's see here. Going through my list. So I think I will skip that segment. Okay. So instead, I'm going to bring up news a little bit early. So coming up in a few moments, we'll have a look at the nationwide weather forecast. And then right after that, I will have, let me see if this news is still relevant. So I forgot to update it. That story's still good. That story's still good. Okay, I'll have news headlines. So I'll have what's trending, news headlines, the national weather forecast, and a whole lot more coming up in just a moment on this edition of First Cup, aka / Second Pot. So stick around, my friends. More First Cup is on the way.
I'd like to drop out of high school and get a meaningless job that makes me feel bad about myself.
I'd like to fall victim to the old boys network.
I don't want anybody to notice me.
I just want to fly under the radar.
I want to splatter against the glass ceiling.
I don't have an opinion.
I want to be a straight C student.
I'm going to be a biomedical engineer. I want to succumb to peer pressure all of my life.
I'm going to be a best-selling author and win the National Book Award.
I'm going to be a marine biologist.
Wait, I take mine back. I'm going to be a biomedical engineer.
I think I'll be the president.
I'm going to be Secretary of State.
World-class chef, right here.
Race car driver. Artist. Paleontologist.
Film director.
Surgeon. Teacher. Scientist. Olympian.
I'm going to be the boss.
Hi, friends. Before I return you to the latest episode of First Cup, I want to help you with your Christmas gift shopping plans. Do you have someone special on your list who is hard to shop for? Or are they interested in unique, one-of-a-kind gift items? Then Wishing Stars Native Creations is your answer. My dear friend Chris Mayer has been making Native American jewelry for several years and is ready to help you give that special someone in your life a one-of-a-kind gift. Just go to www.facebook.com/Wishing Stars Native Creations. That's facebook.com/Wishing Stars Native Creations. It's all one word. Wishing Stars Native Creations. Go there today and find out how Chris can help you. She accepts several forms of payment too, including money orders and PayPal.
Nurse, I need you to apply pressure to the head wound until I can get to it. I'm concerned she's lost too much blood.
Oh, no.
You in the corner, who are you? You're not supposed to be here.
She's my girlfriend, Doctor.
You need to wait out in the waiting room.
Please, Doctor, I want to stay with her.
Look, she's been badly injured. So if you want to do what's best for her, you need to let us do our work.
Please, Doctor, she has to be okay. I didn't mean to do this. I love her.
Wait a second. You were the driver?
Yes, but I didn't mean to. I swear, we went to dinner. I was just buzzed. I only had a few drinks.
Just buzzed? Why didn't you tell us that? In that case, your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great. You want to get out of here?
I can't believe this. Really, Doctor? She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
Welcome back to Studio 26 on this Wednesday night. First Cup, Second Pot edition. As we roll on, and still to come, we'll have a look at news headlines in just a moment. Right now, though, what do you say we take a look at what's trending? Things that would have helped you out earlier today had I been able to complete this broadcast in its entirety.
Yo, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna zig a zig.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
And things you need to know for this Wednesday. Today was Leif Erikson Day, Viking explorer who is believed to be the first recorded Nordic